The thing with Hikaru is that I don't have to win. I don't have to beat him today, but he's 36. Like, there's going to be a time when Hikaru's sitting in his pineapple shirt and he's not playing chess anymore. He's just going to have to watch me win tournament. He's going to be too old to even compete. My reign is going to last so long that he's going to be at the age of like just.
Yeah, right.
Anymore, and I'm still going to be winning. I can beat him while he's playing, but I think the best part being like when he's just done.
You can't beat him even now. 2 years ago. Kramnik is worse than him.
Hikaru is not stopping. He continues to dance. He said another good move.
Look at this. Look at his pieces.
It looks
what shape is that? Is that a trapezoidal rhombus? A rhombozoidal trapezoid?
It looks so terrible for black, and yet Hikaru is hanging right in there. He dropped a6 pawn. What does he want after rook takes a6?
And he had to play that. I think the other rook coming to d8 is what scared him, because rook g8, there was a mate threat. So at least he wards off the rook. Finally plays f5 a little bit later than I thought he would. The position is heating up just as Hans's clock is dwindling down. Black's knight could also try to access those juicy dark squares on the king side. This ain't over.
No, it's not. King h6.
Oh, knight g3.
Yeah, this king can go up the board for black as well. He's pinning the...
Knight f2, f4 mate.
Oh, that is crazy. Look at Hans' time. He's got no time. Rook d7's coming.
And then f4 check is actually going to win the knight. What does Hans do? He's down to 1 second. He's going to lose this game. He drops the e4 pawn.
Okay, will Hikaru take it is the big question. He goes to just double his rooks first, but no, he grabs that pawn, knight back, and now the e-pawn is dangerous.
And Hikaru playing really fast. He feels confident that he can win this game on the board and on the clock. He's got two enemies, Hans, that he's fighting as the knight drops back to f5, clearing the red carpet for the e-pawn. Suddenly looks like that pawn. I mean, these obstacles are just going to be blown off the board, and Hans loses on time.
Hikaru gives up a5, and he's hoping that he can just go after the white pawns. That's one of the ugliest pawn structures you can see.
Oh my gosh.
In complete control here.
And finally, Hikaru gets one of his pawns moving. That knight is just jumping around. It has had way too much coffee. And is it finally time to push d5? No.
He goes back because, king d3. So you're giving up the g3 pawn, but the knight's trapped there. King e3 to f3.
Oh my gosh. And Hikaru might have to give up his second pawn to extricate that poor knight.
It's not getting out.
It's still not going to get out. Knight f1, king e2, knight h2. I think he should try b3. But you can just... Oh my gosh.
He wants to trade off all the pawns.
Retry.
But wait. He's Hikaru. It's a bad time for my internet goes down. Here is Iran, and this is the situation we live. We don't have stable internet. But thanks God we have this, because we don't have internet at all a month ago, and now it's paradise for us, you know. It's paradise. This internet with this speed, you wonder maybe why Ali Reza leave this country for this.
So many of these positions, you don't know which pawn to stop with which piece, and you end up losing your only pawn.
I'm looking at Hans here.
Oh, my lands.
Yeah.
G-pawn.
And this is typical.
This is the old man I like.
Tied down to stopping these passers. B3.
Oh my goodness.
King sliding in. It's a draw.
It's like a split in bowling, right? You just can't get them all. The knight goes to G3. The king goes back to D5. And
no. Is it a win?
Oh, look at
you win.
Look at his face. He's really upset.
G1 queen.
He goes queen.
Oh my gosh.
Hans blunders it right back, and he slaps his forehead. That game is the draw.
You are not in his level at all, Hans. You are not.
Now knight d6, c4
not
drops.
now,
White king
not
is way
never.
too slow going after the h-pawn.
I don't know, but Hikaru's kings can kind of look like Ferraris, and...
The king is going after the h-pawn. Look at 12
Danya.
seconds for black.
Knights
God
suck.
bless him,
Oh my
Danya.
goodness. And he takes it. Is he gonna
Rest in peace, Danya.
Hikaru is going to win this
king
game.
g7, because that lets the knight access f5. Is the winning move king g6, Robert? Is it king g5?
7.5
He's
to
calculating.
4.5.
Look at him on screen. He is
Both
hovering.
moves win.
Both moves are winning. He plays king g6. And
No.
this is unbelievable.
No, but to go for the A pawn when it was clear that the H pawn was falling, that is just a mindless decision by Hans. He's going to lose this game, but you still have to convert this. Knight and pawn versus queen could be tricky, Robert.
But in a,
Oh, A2, he's allowed no A2, queen G8.
okay, so where's king b3? So the king is actually
Oh my
gonna hide
gosh.
in enemy territory. And how do you win this now?
Well, Hikaru had a chance to put the queen on A2, and that would have completely paralyzed any further chances the black had. Now he can't get the queen A2 anymore.
So he's going to keep giving a bunch of checks. We're going to have to keep an eye on the 50 move rule if no pawns or captures are made. But the A2 threat forced him to keep giving these checks.
Hans does not deserve to lose this game, so I think he's earned a draw here. But people assume that as long as the pawn isn't on A2, it's winning. Not so fast.
Oh, queen A2.
Again. I win it again.
But he's still winning because his king is so close.
Oh my gosh, but how do you win this?
Queen A4, king and zagging d3.
Finally.
Oh my goodness. And Hans is so
Yes.
upset with himself right here. Hikaru Nakamura steals the game from the jaws of the
Steals a game from the jaws of
and
a
now
defeat.
he's at 4 points for the first time. Danya, can you believe what we just saw?
Okay, there's the answer. Queen F4. I think Hikaru deliberately trying to make his position worse so that he can put that psychological pressure on Hans.
This
But there's no other way to put it.
5
Hans
plus
is getting
1
smoked,
finish, and
so
this
I say he's
3
getting
plus
moved.
1. Yeah.
Oh no.
Holy mokes, Queen F6 is coming, and do we care about this rook on D1?
No, because there's also not only is F7 hanging, Bishop H6 in many
no.
positions. So Queen takes F6 is a knockout. Look at Hikaru. He used to have a show called Nakamura's Knockouts, and this is one of them.
And you want to hear the worst part is Bishop H6, it would be winning normally, but it also comes with a discovered attack against the queen to make matters even worse. And matters could not possibly be worse for Hans's
He'll
comeback
find
chances
it.
because
He'll
this
find
lead
it.
has spiraled into
He's
a big
old,
tailspin. It'll be
maybe,
at 6.
but he finds it.
And Hikaru versus Ali Reza. This is giving off those kinds of vibes. But Hikaru has a proven track record of comebacks. He wasn't able to make one.
Yes.
It's not looking like Hans is
Another
able to
one.
comeback right now.
And where does this queen belong, Danya? What square would you go to?
Well, queen c4 is tempting because it gets the queens off, but you pointed this out earlier, the knight coming to d3. That's a deal breaker. And so the queen parks itself on nice defensive square. Now the knight to b5.
But that knight comes to d3, and apparently that was a huge
Queen
move.
c7.
Oh my
Knight
goodness.
f3.
Oh, the king on h2 is misplaced with his discovered attack. Look at Hikaru. He sees it. Look at that face.
Ooh. I mean, he doesn't want to look at this. This is
Look at
painful.
me.
Bishop on c3.
To his
Oh
hair.
my goodness. Wind blowing in his hair. Nothing
An
will stop
interesting
his
fact,
sails.
another
Hans has
fact
played
by
fantastic so
Iranian
far. The
is
Where was this earlier in the match? But look at
Hikaru's
Hikaru.
wife
He
is
meets it at
Iranian.
the top. e6 can't take it because of knight f5. Is this pawn a strength or a weakness, Robert?
Oh, it looks like a strength for now, but I'm gonna.
Bishop
Wow.
f7 at the end doesn't actually do anything.
Look, if Bishop f7, Queen f7, Queen h6, the king just goes back to g8.
And knight e7, rook takes e7. Hikaru's pieces in the right place at the right time. Hans, he seemed to be confident. Queen g5, king h8. You don't even have a perpetual.
That must be so frustrating. But the rook is coming up. A rook lift going to g3. Queen h7. If rook g3 check, king h8. And Hikaru finds it so quickly.
I mean, ignore anything I showed or said. Just watch Hikaru defend this position up 2 pieces.
King f7. I mean, he is walking into the line of fire.
Minus
Queen trying to
4
offer and done it. How
for
do you avoid that?
black.
King g5?
4 plus
Oh,
4
no,
black.
but you're 2 minor pieces down.
Yeah, you can't afford to trade queens here. There's no hope.
There's all pawns. There's a lot of pawns, but there's definitely no hope here.
Oh, rook c7 is a good try, but everything is defended, and Hans resigns. Another win
Another
for Hikaru
one.
Nakamura.
You could
14
not
to
ask
6.
for anything better.
20 to
There's
8.
so much anticipation going into this weekend, and you almost want the anticipation to continue. It's like that present you've been looking for, and you don't want to unwrap it. But I don't think any of us have regretted what we've seen thus far, and the most entertaining part very likely still ahead.
I mean,
It's Hikaru doing things to Black's kingside here that I don't want to speak about.
you said entertaining, and suddenly there's a knight sack on g6. The black king went up and back, and Hikaru, he is doing well on the clock. He can take king h2. I mean, that's just such a Hikaru move. That's rook b1, rook g1.
Oh my gosh.
And he's only going to take the pawns on the king side when he's good and ready.
You read his mind. I thought he was just sort of, putting his old Russian schoolboy hat on. No, he is putting his, I want to checkmate you in 3 moves.
Hikaru, was that a statement win?
Well, I mean, the
Let's hear Hikaru too.
fact is, 3 of the 4 players here are at a certain level. I mean, maybe yesterday didn't go my way. But I think it showed that, that when Hans says all these things, he's just not at the same level.
Magnus said yesterday.
The root should be answered by root, I think. But Hikaru is more mature than this.
That he said that he thinks Hans is significantly stronger now than he was 2 years ago. What is your perspective on that?
I mean, honestly, having played Hans in some Blitz a couple years ago, I thought he played much better then than he did in the match today, frankly. So I don't know if I agree with that statement in terms of Blitz. In classical chess, it's probably true, but I definitely didn't feel like Hans was playing all that great today. I think at the end of the day, though, I mean, it's very clear that it's, as far as Kramnik's stuff goes, it's complete nonsense. He has a vendetta against chess.com, definitely against myself as well. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Sometimes I get emotional about these things, but I would say that I was singing like at least one time I was able to play in front of the fans, because most of these speed chess championships I haven't. I mean, I know I did in South Africa years ago, but to have the chance to play in front of the fans at least one time was quite nice.
Thanks for watching me. Stay on for more videos and videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.